I'm John Kauffman, founder of the Real-Time Map. We are pioneers in digital advocacy. So what does digital advocacy mean to you and me? That digital stamp, that voice, that place on the map shows an event that can't be erased, it can't be swept under the mat, but it belongs to that individual person. And whether we're here in the United States, we're living life, things are happening, we have that voice here in the United States and around the world. So using geographically verifiable pictures and videos, we can share not only on our platform, but across other social media platforms like Twitter and Facebook. So when people see what's happening, we like to say it's not real unless it's real time, because you see our stamp saying that it was taken through our app, and that's an image that provides fidelity of information. That's a relationship, saying like, if it came from there, that's solid. Then it did really truly happen at this location at this time. So we know that to be something we can count on, because there's very little of that. We see an image, we're like, where did it happen? When did it happen? And then it's all up to yours and my opinions to argue about it. So it takes the spin out of that conversation. So while the app is a tool that we use in our organization, the bigger picture is reconciling culture. So, part of our vision is reaching people with clarity, providing a voice for those people who do not have a voice, or their voice is repressed. But the app is used in a variety of ways to be able to provide that clarity, which is what people ask for. It's what they need, and it's really what they want. We forget about things that aren't trending, but they're still happening. And I'm thinking of things that are important that I see as issues in the world, things that are happening in Hong Kong, perhaps China, Syria, Palestine. These are all places that need a voice, and that's just for starters. So I haven't included a lot of people. I'm thinking about you too. But to be able to have that, they can show what is happening, not just the narrative of the media, which is then supported by large organizations that want that narrative. So what we want to do is get in front of that narrative and provide clarity before the spin happens. Individuals at locations, let's say protests. Okay, if everyone is at protest, they are able to document what they see, times and locations, and then all those different angles of perspective. If there are 50 people there all documenting times and locations of events, that provides clarity. So the narrative then can't be, this happened here because we say so. Very truly, like, these things happened based on these photos. This is the imagery, and here's the time and location of that imagery. So here's what truly happened here. So we're really just trying to take that out of the conversation and just saying, this happened here. Let's talk about that. I was moved to action by seeing on the news imagery of Eric Garner being murdered and Philando Castile. I had a lot of questions. My heart was broken. I was upset. I was moved to advocacy, to being having to do something but not knowing what to do yet. I've always been an activist for many years, but I wanted, if it's not documented, then it never happened. I want to bring justice, but what does justice look like? Is there anything I can do for people where injustice has already occurred? Because we can't go back in time. But if we aren't showing, and people aren't showing what is happening to them, and they don't have a voice, would we have ever heard? And my question is how many times do injustices occur that weren't videotaped? And do we even know their names and their stories? And can we stand up for them if we never know? There are a lot of things happening. There's a lot of conflict. There is a lot of injustice, I think we could say. So what really needs to happen is bring to the conversation of what's truly happening. I can't, and I will never tell people how to think, feel, or grieve. What I want to be there is to provide for everyone, as an inclusive organization, is a voice for what's going on, their voice, and what's happening to them and what they are doing. And if they can't properly document that, then it's going to be spun, they're going to be misrepresented, and a lie will form. So what we truly want is clarity. And I think everybody wants that, clarity. So people can really truly speak their message, and it is not misinterpreted, it is not misrepresented. So people can really truly get an accurate picture of why are we doing and saying and thinking and feeling and behaving the way we are, for what reasons. Because as soon as those people get a hold of that, there's going to be a spin, there's going to be a misrepresentation. And we would like to dial that down a little bit, give people the tools to be able to provide that for themselves and the audience they are showing that to with clarity. My encouragement for everyone is to find their purpose, to do whatever they can do, however small they think it is very significant, because their life is precious, their time is precious, my time is precious, and our purpose here in life is incredibly important. So when you find your purpose, and I would encourage you to do that, is to share that, because that gives us so much of the significance we need that we are missing. So, don't be like me, be like you. I like to share the quote, I share it all the time, is don't do what the world needs, do what makes you come alive. Because what the world needs are people who are come alive. They're awake, they're fully awake, they are living their purpose, they are sharing that fire with other people. And when we can be alive, and when we are on fire, people are going to want to come by and see it, and see that fire. And that stirs in the hearts of people their purpose.